As Christmas have passed, numerous people have done what we call impulse buying in the name of Jesus. It's very funny to see somebody is wasting or is going off his budget or her budget because of Christmas, something which does not exist. It's a scheme. That's how conmen works. They give you something which is counterfeit so that you can believe into it. There's nothing like Christmas. There's not even a Bible verse which obliges you to celebrate it or follow it. So it's a myth to me. It doesn't exist. But the reason today I made this call is that I want to inform and warn my fellow brothers who are residing in Zimbabwe or in the political arena of Zimbabwe that a reformation will never come from people who are within, but it needs people who are in foreign land, exile. Exactly as what happened in before independence in 1980. All the liberational heroes, they were not in Zimbabwe. No, not one of them was residing in Zimbabwe. But the majority of them were in the foreign land. Those who were trained in the guerrilla warfare, they were not in Zimbabwe. They were in exile. So what the opposition party like People's Progressive Party and Zimbabwe People's Party need to do, because these are newly political party, they need to engage with the foreign nationals who are the nationals who are in the foreign land, who became foreign nationals in the lands which they reside in. They need to engage with them, look for support from them, work hand in hand with them for us to win this war against the regime which is oppressing the people. Oppression is the problem which is in Zimbabwe rather than anything. As I always tell people, the major problem which we have in Zimbabwe is not only ZANU-PF. The major problem we have is MDC also, because MDC is power hungry. They want to be in authority. They want to rule the nation. Nelson Chamisa's mandate is to be a leader in Zimbabwe, not to lead the people. There's no way you will be a leader whilst you do not compromise or you do not have the heart for the people. Nelson Chamisa doesn't have the heart of the people, the same as Mnangagwa. They are there to benefit themselves, for which I believe there is something behind hidden which we cannot actually expose. I believe these people are working hand in hand. It have been years. If Nelson Chamisa is complaining that ZANU-PF is rigging election, why is he continuing engaging himself in the election which he know he's going to lose? The same thing which Morgan Tsvangirai did. Morgan Tsvangirai, when he started, yes, I can excuse him. I can actually defend him, let me say that, because he didn't know what was happening. When he formed the Movement for Democratic Change, he formed with the locals. The majority of the people who got the seats, who became the candidates of Movement for Democratic Change, were coming from University of Zimbabwe. And these people, if you could see, they were under the banner or the donor fund or the educational fund of the government, which means Morgan Tsvangirai was neutralized before MDC started. That's why you see there is a numerous number of Movement for Democratic Change. Until now, we have MDC Alliance, which is a myth to me. It's there to neutralize all the MDCs. But why is it whenever MDC is about to win the election or is ever about to become an influential political party or it given problems to ZANU-PF, then emerge another party like Zuba Simba Makone just emerged and vanished. MDC T, MDC Mtambara, MDC Watchman Ncube. So this is the major problem which a lot of political parties are not actually examining before they engage in the Zimbabwe political arena. So what I'm advising these new political parties is that they must choose their candidates from the people who are not in Zimbabwe. They must choose their candidates from the people who are in the foreign land, who are outside Zimbabwe. They must have a neutral point where they must meet to discuss the reformation of Zimbabwe. Not to have a discussion of reformation in Zimbabwe, where the Central Intelligence is, where the military is. You know, in Zimbabwe, a lot of people are in fear. We have a lot of people who are potential leaders, but just because of the system which they are residing in, or the system which is controlling them or ruling them, it oppresses them. So my advice to the new political parties, engage with the people who are in foreign land. This is the same advice I'm going to give also to ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF, if you want your political party to be efficient, you really know there's no revenues in Zimbabwe. There is nobody who is paying taxes. There are few who are paying taxes, let me say that. But out of those who are paying taxes, if you could engage with those who are in the foreign land, who are in South Africa, for instance, there are 3 million permit holders. I'm not talking of the asylum seekers. I'm not talking of border jumpers. Approximately, there are 6 million Zimbabweans who are residing in South Africa. So if we could engage with them and mobilize them to give their revenues towards Zimbabwe or open a donor fund which can resuscitate the economy of Zimbabwe, then there is a way forward. Rather than leaving them and not engage them, and not actually count them as citizens. In whatever plan you do, engage with those who are in foreign land. Coming to Movement for Democratic Change, the same notion. If you want influential people, engage with the people who are in the foreign land. But me, as an individual, I'm supporting the new political party. For instance, PPZ, People's Progressive Party, and ZPP. I don't know which one I'm going to engage with, because I have actually try and communicate with both of the parties so that I will see which party am I going to participate with. But if they do not want, still there's a room, because me, I'm in the foreign land. I'm going to engage with whoever who is in the foreign land, who is willing for us to stand and have a reformation, the same as Martin Luther did. When Martin Luther stood for reformation, while he was in Germany, he had to go in exile so that there was a reformation which a Christian community is celebrating today. The oppression from the Roman system is the same system which we have, the ZANU-PF system. If you see also the way ZANU-PF were to win or to fight against the regime of Ian Smith, they had to be in exile. They had to go to Mozambique. They had to go to Zambia. They had to be in Ghana. They had to be in various places in Africa. Some they go as far as Russia. Some might go as far as China. It's the same system which is needed for us as Zimbabweans to reform, liberate our nation from oppression which we are getting from these two political parties, ZANU-PF and MDC. We need people who are in foreign nation to engage and start bringing influence rather than making noise. As I always tell people, influence is more important than making noise. You can strike, you can run, you can vandalize things, but that is not influential. Bring influential notion, ideas to rebuild and construct the nation of Zimbabwe. It is 20 years ever since MDC was started, but they never had a strategy. They do not have the new strategy to take on ZANU-PF. But what I'm saying, as long MDC is still using its strategy to fight against ZANU-PF, if it doesn't change its own strategy to fight against ZANU-PF, it's a myth. They'll never win. I tell people, if you think what I'm saying it's a myth or I'm lying, ask whoever is leading in Movement for Democratic Change, what is your strategy of taking off ZANU-PF? What are your plans? If they tell you it's election, tell them you are a liar. They are lying to you openly, point blank. I'm saying we need new strategies. We need new political ideas. We need to engage with those who are not educated, those who do not have money. As long a person is a citizen, let him be given a chance. We must stop this politics of education, the politics of the stomach. We need individuals with their collective ideas, those who have the potential of leadership to engage in the political arena of Zimbabwe for reformation. Thank you very much.